see Execration if they're listening too. Abaddon picked up. Pretty strong combo with the Luna Abaddon in the lane. Luna's going to get a farm. Can harass out with the Abaddon with that beams as well. Just feels like it's a decent
Monsieur. Monsieur S, how are we doing today?
See very well. Stuns!
Mars! Stuns! Wow, we spoke about Mirana Mars last game. You do the thing, and he says perfect, of course, and then the arrow, and she says perfect, and everything is perfect, and you kill the guy. In the game, of course.
Perfect. My only issue with Mars is that I hate when you play this hero into a hard dispel. You are very reliant on your spear, getting the connection in the arena, because that does an immense amount of damage with the good old gladiators just spearing them down, poking them through. But Abaddon with that shield, it's really going to mitigate a lot of the Mars damage. It is, against the Luna though. I guess stopping the glaives. Luna does have a lot of split damage though with the beams and the eclipse, so at least one of those carries that can dish out some of that hybrid damage. But again, I really want to feel like this Abaddon is going to have a field day.
What the hell just happened, man? I'm looking out the window. I can't see anything anymore. There's a massive fog and the rainstorm. Damn, let's go.
What?
That means we need to pick Zeus right now.
Is that your reading?
I think so. Like, this looks really scary. Like, everything just became so dark and foggy. Like, it looks like death, to be honest.
Jesus, that's no good.
Oh, well. Whatever. Whatever
Wow.
happens, man. Can't do anything about it, right? I'm gonna drink some water.
Calm down a little bit. For 5 minutes, we're gonna have Black just DC out. Internet gone.
I'm never coming back.
Death really raining in down. You're in jail right now. They've locked you up in quarantine. That's a rough way to go.
Yeah. Imagine getting Zeused while you're in quarantine. You literally can't dodge the Nimbus. Because there's like a rot outside. I don't know what I'm saying.
I understand. Well, let's see. What do you feel like Fnatic looking for with their Raven here on their last pick? What do they need?
Well, you know me, man. It's always some good old Medusa.
Does look really good this game.
It always does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Abaddon, not Abaddon, as Chaos Knight is also one of my favorites, and he looks pretty decent as well.
They don't deal with illusions very well at all on Execration. Both their supports also lack waves to push out lanes. They ban the Magnus. Okay, I can get behind the Mag ban to steroid your Riki. Mars as well to help out. Another big team fight. But you're calling for the Medusa when the Riki got picked up. You're like, this is looking like a great Dusa game, and that it is here. Fnatic, go for the Raven Classic.
They did that last time as well. They picked the Dusa when they first picked the Riki. And it just gets through. Like,
10 seconds.
Gotta do your research, Execration. Gotta watch those games, you know?
Alright, what are we feeling here? They're looking for potential offlane
to pressure Dusa. That doesn't pressure Dusa, but it's pretty good against Dusa and against all of the heroes, really. My Riki, man, Riki. That's the problem with Riki. If you jump on the Pango, he's gone. If you jump on the Puck, he's gone. And the Riki can literally just ruin anything that you have against the Medusa.
Yeah.
If I don't know how many times I have to say how much I like this combo.
They picked it so early as well. Like, I know Fnatic, they picked it 8th. They could protect it with 3 bans, but it's an incredible Riki game. Like, you're gonna silences is great versus the Abaddon because you cannot use your ultimate to purge off a stun, so to say. So that AoE silence is great versus him. The Pango, the Lion, the Puck, very squishy heroes that rely on not getting bursted down from 4 to 0 through a control. And I just, man, Fnatic's draft. Again, this lack of stuns and maybe the Abaddon kind of hard to spell could be enough. So Bob could potentially pop off, but I feel like if XctN gets a really good timing on the Diffusal Blade, this game looks difficult for Execration.
Yeah, but as we said, it can go either way. Where if you get the coil first on the Riki, he's in trouble. But it also just looks like an incredible BKB game. Like if you go Diffu BKB, suddenly all that is not a problem anymore, and you can most certainly jump the heroes that you want to jump. Puck might have to potentially cripple his item build because he has to go into like an early force staff to protect himself against the Ricky. Yeah. I mean, I think Fnatic's draft looks not necessarily much better, but much easier to execute.
Which is a lot of the time a team is not exempt from the rule when they don't have any stuns. Like often it's difficult to execute a draft, but this time, I'd still give the edge to Fnatic there. It just looks like the way they're going to be able to play Dota in the aspect of cleanliness. I feel like it's on a different level than Execrations, but we'll see. Can this Luna? Is there a timing where maybe they can run over Fnatic here potentially? Like, well, what are we looking for? What's the path to victory for the boys on Radiant?
It's definitely like if Luna gets off to a good laning phase and starts snowballing, you will outfarm the Dusa for the majority of the game. It's just there's a lot of potential for this Mirana Mars lane to cause a lot of damage down there. So, I mean, it's definitely, you want to snowball the Puck, you want to snowball the Luna. If you can, the Pangolier as well, but this Pangolier won't have the easiest time against Aedusa. Like, immediate hero against Aedusa can be a little rough.
And Pango's not traditionally seen as one of the greatest laning heroes either, so...
Yes!
Exactly. Which is why I was surprised they picked it up. Usually, the best way to counteract the Medusa is either you pick something that completely owns their late game, like a Doom, and you just trade farm, or you pick something that really pressures her in lane.
30 seconds to battle.
Which they kind of went like middle of the road. Never a big fan of that if you have last pick. Like if you have the 24th overall pick, you always need to have something with like, you know what I mean?
Just that little... The big X factor quite often is the 24th pick, and well, unfortunately, it's potentially not going to be the case this game. We'll see. Do you feel like Pango is a little bit underutilized, though, as a hero? We haven't seen it too often through the Loopet Pro Series.
Pangolier, I think, is an amazing hero. In the right lineup, he can really thrive and cause a lot of damage. This is one of those games, if he somehow comes out of the lane well farmed, then it should be fine.
Hang on, I gotta cut you off here, brother. XctN, he's got a Meteor Hammer queued up. No Diffusal. Thoughts?
I mean, it's probably gonna change, right?
I mean, like he's Corey's by the secret shop, but I think he's pretty committed.
Ah.
Oh.
For what is my question then? Maybe it's like a farming tool early on or what? And then into the diffu? I mean, I've seen this build many times, but
same.
Not on a carry or a core, rather.
I saw some people try to theorize the potential of the Meteor Hammer on the Riki when kind of Battle Fury got nerfed pretty heavily. And I think Meteor Hammer got buffed up a little bit as well, but I feel like he just... I'm intrigued. I'm really intrigued how it's going to work out for XctN if he goes Meteor Hammer into Diffusal, if it's just going to be an enabler for his next item, because he won't have a setup for the Meteor Hammer until he gets the Aghanim shot. So I'm intrigued to see. I'm really intrigued.
Yeah, can't say I've seen it like ever on a mid Riki or a carry Riki, simply because it's very expensive and it's basically your Diffusal, right? So... yeah, we'll see. This offsets my prediction a little bit for this game, though, because I was expecting a fast Diffusal to jump the back lines.
Alright, well, we'll see how these side lanes for Execration are able to kind of turn the tide at the moment. DJ with the level advantage. Can Manfight beat Izzy at the moment? It's just the battle of the block and the camps. So vital for all these side lanes. You see the emphasis that has kind of been brought into...
Out of position.
Raven?
One more disarm. A lot of creeps, though. We good.
We Gucci? Very good.
Gucci.
Yeah, we've kind of seen the emphasis now with the sentries just consistently blocking up the hard, the small camp with the pulling the creep wave as well. Just people are recognizing how much experience, how much gold, and the creep equilibrium that you can reset off that. So do you feel like next patch sentries have to be you nerfed a little bit, maybe the cost going up or the radius a little bit lower.
Something has to happen. Like the last 8 minutes, super cheap, having a really big radius. Like it feels really hard to play Invis heroes nowadays, to be honest.
You're not seeing too many of them. When we're on it, it's not even a constant invis though. That's the issue. And Ricky gets an occasional time in the limelight here. And still, both these heroes are sitting pretty comfortable. How is the lane matchup between Puck and Ricky? Because I feel like, like you said, if Ricky gets caught by the coil, then he's in trouble. But if he doesn't, then he can be a big nuisance for the Puck. But how's the lane matchup fair? Because it's looking even at the moment.
The lane is really 5-5. Like both will just pretty much free farm. There's
Oh.
the whole lot.
Raven's in trouble, actually. They need
Oh,
another lucky shot
Bomber
clock. They also have Swashbuckle in a couple seconds, so this should be our first blood. And our DJ's also got to be careful. There's the lucky shot. There's a secondary one with the Swashbuckle through. BDZ's got no more extra abilities, but it could all just right-click. The old-fashioned way for Raging Potato secures a double. He's going to look to try and deny himself as well. Just get a free reset, and that he will. Beautiful start to the top lane for Execration.
Lucky shots on the A, otherwise he would have died much earlier, but that is the start we're looking for from the Pangolin. Had the fast corrosion,
I'm dead.
transitioned that into 2
Dire's
kills.
courier has been killed.
So see, Jab's looking to get active early on here with the Mirana. Just taking away the water rune for Bob, so unfortunately he won't have a refill. He does still have the bounty up by the ancient area if he wants to go over there and pick that one up, but XctN does have a bit of an advantage here now, at least in the resources. Wait, what's... Okay. Almost got the Kara.
Yeah. Just going in for a little bit of a suicide play. But yeah, the lanes that need to be winning are winning right now.
Does seem like, Death is having a very good time through this laning stage as well, but there's a fat stack getting made from Jabs. Consistently we see Mirana always making these stacks in the jungle. Believe that's a quad, maybe a triple at the Ancients. There's a couple at the hard camp as well, so do you feel like Execration have a way to infiltrate early?
I would much rather prefer if they would just go there, and like we don't see that a whole lot where teams just go to the Ancients and block it with the sentry and keep doing that. Like they do it once, then they get Steel Water, they're like, okay. I guess we blocked it once, but if we keep doing that, it's actually a lot of economic damage for the enemy team. Arrow, off the mark.
Here I am! A prize!
What do we feel like the first movement's going to be? Because it feels like both the Puck and Ricky can get active once they hit their level 6s, so... do you want to see them protect their safe lane, or can they get active in the off lane and try and find these kills?
On which side?
On either team.
Oh, I do think probably the Pangolier is gonna look to be more active, as his ult has a little bit lower cooldown and it's just easier to use. But looking at just the lanes they have, they're both really well farmed. So as soon as there's any action in any lane, I do expect both of them to just TP there and try to cause some damage.
I like this from Radiant. They've shoved out mid. They're looking to go take the stacks away from the jungle. Radiant, they might be able to contest it. Raven and DJ looks like they're aware of this.
Uh-oh. Is Ricky gonna rotate as well?
He's got to come now. They're also going to TP in the Mirana, so they will have the numbers advantage. Raven did take a lot of sack. Bob's got a jaunt. Oh. They're getting close to the Ricky to backstab him there, but XctN is still trying to find the angle. A lot of leaps used from Jabs, but they got this ward on the high ground as well on Dire. So scouting out Raging Potato, going back in the area. Looking to try and take the stack here. Swashbuckle in. Hasn't charged up the ultimate just yet. Bob's really low on mana. Now going to drop the claw, but instantly the jump on the backline. Puck. See how much damage they can do on top of the Medusa here. They've broken the coil, but Raven, he's beefy with the help of the boys in the backup. Looks like just the damage is too much for them to handle here. A 1-for-1. XctN didn't have enough left in the tank after he killed off the Lion.
Interesting targeting. Going for the tankiest hero in the Medusa. And didn't manage to bring him down, but at least it was still a 1-1 support trade. I feel like they could have gotten a lot more out of this though, because Duce actually did get the majority of the stacks, so they're not too unhappy about that.
With apologies.
See, Raging Potato is opting for a Diffusal Blade as his early item here from the Pangolier, so we'll have at least some sort of an answer for the Mana Shield.
They'll never
Oh,
see
Angle Rush
Raven.
and Confusal, huh? Oh. No
Cool.
coil though.
I don't
Yeah.
hate what they're doing though, as down bot, Death. Utilizing the ultimate, Aquatic Shield has already been used, but it's got another round up in a couple of seconds. XctN, see how this Meteor Hammer is going to come into fruition as, well, it completely misses on all three heroes, and
A pity.
oh, there's your early
Radiant
Meteor
are
Hammer.
Scanning. Dire's top
That's
tower
about
is
as much
under
impact
attack.
as I thought it would have. Luna's
Where's your
pretty...
setup?
I don't know. On the creep wave.
Wee, farm.
Yeah, hit.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, this is strange. Maybe arrow setup, but I have a shield for that. So.
I guess, I mean, they don't take towers very well in Fnatic until Dusa gets items, so maybe this Meteor Hammer can help out here, give them at least some way to get some early objectives.
I mean, if you were to use it on buildings, hasn't done it yet though. Dusa, gone.
Deuce is gone. I was just watching RR get dived on the tower. RR will make it away. And a big kill for Palace and Raging
Radiant's
Potato.
bottom
That was
tower
the
is under attack.
Rolling Thunder use, and this should be a
Dire's
T1
top
tower
tower is under
for them to
attack.
add to the bounty.
Yeah, sorry, this
Raging Potato,
Dire's
Jesus.
top
Me
tower
Meteor
is
Hammer's
fallen.
not it.
You're not a fan? Really? I wonder why.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, I guess they got the tower, but like you're so far away from the Diffusal Blade now.
Radiant's
What are you
bottom
going to
tower
do?
Has fallen.
And
I
DJ's...
wish you a good night, Ares.
You wish me good night?
Yeah.
Why do you wish me good night? What's going on?
The prize
You know,
is
we have a
mine.
lot of people that just listen to our lovely voices
Silence.
while they're trying to sleep. So I wish those particular people a good night.
Bob?
Strange.
It's taken out.
Meteor Hammer. Oh, beautiful pickup from XctN.
Wow, that was insane. What's the big stack?
He's got no point phase shift. Ooh, okay.
Well, I can't phase shift the Meteor Hammer anyway, it's too fast. Look at that. Oh, he's taking all the money from Medusa though. Okay.
Dude, Raven's
is-
like, what are you doing? Just missing kills. DJ, another one across the map. Palos did drop the Eclipse for that one. Solo on top of the Ancient Apparition, just giving him more gold to work with. Top of the net worth on the Luna. Had a very good start for this game on Palos.
Look at Medusa though. Getting all the money in the world. What's this, a quad stack? Can you stack it again? No.
Ah.
Dire's top tower
That
is
was-
Inefficient.
Eat the
Radiant
arrow.
structures
Oh,
are
nice.
fortified.
Keep that catapult alive. That's what you need to be able to take these towers. Let's see if they want to tank up the tower, and that they will on Raging Potato. It doesn't have the Diffusal Blade just yet. It's going to be very vital first item here for the Pango. They got another creep wave coming
Boots.
through. Bob, though. Gotta be careful. This sneaky invis setup with the Meteor Hammer. Just off the mark there. But a lot of damage on the T1 early.
I mean, you can't convince me. This is actually
Radiant's bottom tower
It's not
is
the
under
play.
attack.
no. You would have heard a different by now. I imagine what it would have done to the puck then.
Well,
They have a lot of sentries mid lane. One
Yep.
coil and he's gone.
oh, there's
Potentially.
the coil. There's a Rolling Thunder follow-up as well. They'll knock him out, get the coil break into the Finger of Death. Good night here for the Ricky.
Yeah, and this diffuser bait also picked up on the Pangolier.
Precious bounty.
So game is gonna get a whole lot harder for the Medusa now.
Blessings upon
It's just going to get to the stage where Execration, they're going to look to try and take these towers and just occupy the jungle from Fnatic. And we're really going to start to see this net worth it's all going to be given over to Dusa, which can be a bit of an issue. It'll get to the stage where Execration, they'll kill off the rest of the heroes, and then once they feel capable, then they can kill off the top of the net worth in the Dusa. But once they can really shrink the map and force Fnatic just to funnel everything into Raven, then their other cores and even their supports as well, you're going to see them start to really fall off in items.
Yeah, I'm very afraid for this Ricky. Like last time we saw him play, he had like a minute 18 diffusal blade, and they still made it work. But I feel like this time around it might be even later than that.
Raven.
Dusa,
Radiant's
okay.
top tower is under attack.
when in doubt, just scream and run.
Stone it out.
No,
Okay.
just like IRL. When in doubt, just scream and run. Serious though. It helps a lot of times.
Mid lane again, Ricky. Coil dropped.
No.
The Silence is making it difficult for
Surely
them to
not right.
lock him down, but now they've got the follow-up of
Oh
Rage of
my
Potato
God.
with the chain lockdown. They're trying to set up top with the Ice Blast, but Palace is actually just going to think about turning back around. He's really got to be careful though. So another... Wait, can they get the TP cancel?
That's
Jabs?
good.
There's only got one leap available.
Potato gone too.
Kills across the map. Top lane, Jabs. We'll still end up falling here. Palace able to find that. Back to mid we go as Raven and Death trying to stand the ground, protect the tier 1 tower. The kill on the Pangolier is definitely big as he was 5-1-2 at that stage, so a decent spree is going to be given over to Raven. 383 gold, in fact.
See the Luna being quite far ahead of the Medusa, which is natural. Does have its weaknesses, of course, come mid game. But yeah, what we gotta keep an eye out for is the diffuser blade timing. That is the big one for the Dire. Until then, they can't really do a whole lot, I feel like. Diffusal, Yule's almost picked up on Mars, so they have one initiation tool. But is it enough?
Middle tower has fallen.
Rain a triangle again. Nowhere to be found though. Raven
Radiant
says,
are scanning.
I'm out. Was it a Raven? I don't know.
What the hell was
Dire's
that?
middle tower is
Ready
under
Potato.
attack.
I'll get the DJ kill. He's looking for more as well. They've got to commit the finger of death, but look at the chain lockdown from the Pango. He's going to swing back around, unfortunately. Can't get that last little bit of control that they needed.
not.
But now with Deucer on the higher ground, this
Surely
is
not.
really deep. Execration, you've gone way too far. You're playing in the hands of the trap card that Fnatic have now revealed. With the ultimates drop, the Stone Gaze as well, and now Death. They've got a Eulers to be able to set up for the Meteor Hammer. They'll bounce him back thanks to a perfect placement of the arena. And how do you take that fight? You've got such a strong advantage in this game, and you just throw it all away.
Surely we didn't just witness
Oh,
Well,
no.
That's one way to play against Medusa.
Now Raven's like 700 gold behind. Almost Manta completed. And he was at least 2k behind before. Like, oh, that's really, really no good.
I will miss my reflection.
Also double kill for Chiran, of course. So his diffuser blade is going to be coming a whole lot shorter. Sooner, rather. And yeah, I don't know what that was. It's kind of mind-baffling.
I mean, Radiant, they just need to continue to play the aggressive playstyle that they have. Maybe not that aggressive.
Are scanning.
Yeah,
Rage a bit-
aggression has its limits.
That it does indeed. So you gotta smoke up from Dire. Death and Jabs.
No arena yet.
Jabs is going for the Aghanims this game. Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, not something we usually see. Well, can they get the backstab? I mean, you know they have sentries down. You're playing with a Ricky. There's no way they don't. So, yeah,
Bobs.
exit out, no problem.
Here I am.
Actually gonna go back in. This time they brought the supports on Execration. See how they can get the jump, but net worth lead is now back in the favor of Fnatic, and you often with a
Radiant's
team
bottom
fight
tower
just...
is under attack.
The issue is Luna has this built-in way to be able to farm a lot faster than the Medusa because of that plus damage she can get in the passive, in the aura. The issue is though, if you lose a team fight, all of a sudden that advantage that you have early on, like a couple net worth, couple thousand net worth, is just out the window. Now Medusa's only 300 gold behind, and if you lose another fight, then all of a sudden you're really in the situation as well. Top lane actually, Pango. There's no Ice Blast, a little bit too late, but you get in the situation there, you're gonna feel Medusa be this raid boss, and a bit worried here for Execration with that one misplay now.
Yeah, they had a good 3k lead. Ever since then, it went all to the favor of Fnatic. And Diffuser Blade is coming closer and closer. That was without Diffuser Blade. Bob is not going into a 4-staff, so that might potentially be a problem. How about the Lion? No. Abaddon, he will be going to 1, but it's so far away. And they have 0 4-staffs for the Diffuser
Bob,
timing.
don't do it. Oh, he jaunted down to his orb.
Reservoir.
Another one up in a couple seconds. Unless he eats the arrow, he's not fine. Drop the coil. Ice Blast. Is it on the mark? It's not. Maybe giving them vision. Death finds him. Oh, the Death Spear. Homing
Well
missile in the tree line. On point there. Use from your Mars. That's a big one to pick up, getting closer to his BKB.
50 gold away from his Diffusal, and that's really when we're going to see the power spike of Fnatic. They can kill literally anybody with that. Okay. Online now, see what they do next. Perhaps they're going to be looking for a team fight, or maybe just continue farming. Mirana to ping top. Looking for an arrow. I was an adventurer, and then I took an arrow to the knee.
Why would you eat an arrow?
It's a hook.
To what, sorry?
I took an arrow to the knee.
You took an
You
arrow
know
to...
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, right?
I took an arrow to the knee. I believe so. Is there anything more to it, or is that just a saying?
You're so uneducated. It's actually insane. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not judging.
I probably heard it. Bro, you took an arrow to the knee. I get it. I understand.
Twitch chat is probably just ruffling at you right now, but that's fine.
Class, when do they not? Bro, they're ruffling at
that
you.
is also true. At me,
You're so
no.
cringe.
They respect me a lot.
Black.
In fact, there's no one that doesn't respect me.
Oh, Rage Potato.
Oh,
Need to
and
respect
Diffusal timing.
Fnatic's timing as
Radiant's middle tower is under
Palace
attack.
as well. Oh, he's got BKB. He's pretty beefy. 2,300 health. They've got to buy back on the Pango, but now the positioning advantage. Sentry drop at RR. Let's see if Palace wants to drop down the ultimate. Here the buyback comes into play. Looks like Mars just going to sacrifice his life, but where's the coil? Bob is going to find multiple heroes in the backline. Rage Potato can charge up the Rolling Thunder as well, but the only issue is that you're going into a Stone Gaze, so they get the connection on the line, and there's no more fault. The coil, Rolling Thunder, completely wasted from one use of Raven's ultimate. They're still able to catch out DJ, so the Ancient Apparition won't be successful with the TP. Ricky's in trouble as well. They've soaked him dry without the Mena, so no Blink Strike to get to safety. There's Raven. So
all
being
by herself.
pursued. Do you want to dive?
Be dead.
This time they're like,
Wait,
nah.
I mean, this time when they actually can get the kill, they don't do it. Like, this Dusa had no Manta, she had no ult. I feel like he was dead. But they were probably having flashbacks of the top lane, like,
Wait, can you tell me the saying? Took an arrow to the knee? What's it mean? Because I feel like I know it.
A prize.
Like, now I feel silly, and now I need you to explain it all. Like, I'm actually thinking about it. I'm like, it's really on my mind. I'm like, do I know it? Do I not? Like, what's it?
Okay, I think it's a meme from, where was it? Was it Skyrim?
Dire are
Where it's
scanning.
like, this meme, you're like an adventurer, you know, and you took an arrow to the knee and then you stop being an adventurer.
Oh, no, okay, I don't know that. What the hell?
And it's being used for when you did something cool, you know, and then you
Yeah.
stopped doing it and you took an arrow to the knee. I can't believe you don't know all these, like, they're not even boomer memes, you know, they're pretty zoomer.
I guess don't even have to know Skyrim to know it, or play it to know it.
I'm pretty sure I just saw the Skyrim meme, like, it's probably used in way
Wait, yeah, other things.
more
as well.
ways than, yeah.
Jabs.
Jabs,
They want the
okay.
Mars instead. They can get
And they get
jabs
them.
too. A little bit of icing on the cake, but no, they're gonna have to try and bring down death, and that they will with ease. And you'd much rather an offlaner than just the measly old Mirana who's still building into the Aghanims. But 2,000 net worth lead for Execration. When are they going to get to the stage where they can transition these kills into objectives, though?
I mean, Luna is very strong, and they should be able to do it already. It's just they're being very timid after the top lane. Raven though,
Again,
stone gaze every time.
does this get any easier for the Pango? Like, as soon as he rolling Thunders,
Radiant's
Raven just
bottom
stone
tower
gazes,
is
and it
under attack.
seems like how he can use his
Dire's
ultimate
top
is
tower is under attack.
not as effective in fights now.
25. When you get the cooldown talent, you can just do it more often. While Medusa can't. But yeah, it's not the greatest matchup, which is what I was questioning in the draft. Like, it looked really good early on, but I'm just a little afraid it's gonna taper off. We can already see he was top 1 net worth previously. Now it's almost at the same net worth as Mars is.
Yeah, that deep dive as well. Still, I mean, you have to bring it back to that. Like, they were sitting so comfortable for Execration, and even though Palace is top of the net worth, level 20, they are scouting out this Roshan, so Execration a bit cautious now if they want to stick in the vicinity. Looks like they
Also pick up the shot now, by the way, so we have that set up for an arrow as well, potentially. Are they just gonna do Roshan like that, really?
Radiant's bottom tower is
don't want to
under
give this
attack.
one up for free. Death is trying to find the angle. They'll charge up the Rolling Thunder. Oh, beautiful. Ulti, Rage of Potato. Now with the Eclipse as well. They'll just take the fight to Fnatic before they can get set up. They've isolated the Medusa, and they're able to bring her down with ease. Raven will fall. And now they can turn their attention potentially to Roshan or more kills. Whatever's the better option. Execration, get the Aegis. Now they want the kills. It's Bob's hunting. He'll catch out the Mars. A solo coil with the breaking is all the damage required. What a beautiful fight. And they're not done though.
It is
Bob
no great
got to anti.
Oh.
Pango got to anti as well. Again, what's going on? They're just giving away unnecessary kills. They should be able to clean off the Ricky. Finger of Death committed there. Big use of the burst from BDC, which is level 2. He's up to 4 charges now. That just feels like 2 kills that were not necessary to give up though.
At all. Like, this is the kind of thing when you get too excited, you know, oftentimes
Radiant's
it
top
can
tower
result in
is
this. Like,
under
go, go,
attack.
go, 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 go. And then Ricky's like, yeah,
under
okay, real relax a bit there, man. Get 2 kills back. This was supposed to be a clean 3-0 and Roche, but instead they lose 2 pretty important heroes. Sure, they still have the Aegis, and Luna is very strong, but it could have been much, much cleaner, as you said. Again, though, Fnatic at that Roche fight, like, you know they have a Pangolier, and you know that you can't just walk down a ramp like that. You know, it's a pretty amateur mistake against Pangolier, and he just pretty much won the fight by himself. He jumped onto the
Dire
staircase
are
with his
scanning.
Blink Dagger, Rolling Thunder. Fight is just over immediately.
You see the crowd control that Radiant have, not even just the Pango, but the Coil, the Earth Spike. You've got to be so cautious of where you want to take these fights on Fnatic.
100%. Abaddon went into Holy Lock with Glimmer Cape. Still no 4 staffs at all. They're not even itemizing
Radiant's
into
mid-
any. Interesting. Oh, DJ?
Oh, it's a support life. Eat the gank. Meanwhile, actually in the lane, Pango's in trouble. They're going to buy back. They know they've got an advantage now if a further team fight breaks out, but Execration can just reset.
Yeah. Are you a fan of the Mirana eggs?
I feel like you can go different items and you'd have a little bit more impact. Like, what is it?
Mirana eggs feels very, very selfish.
Yeah, it just feels like it's gonna increase his farm a whole lot. Maybe they're looking to have a little bit more of a scaling. We're just hoping late game Mirana will get more items with the
Radiant
Aghanims.
are
I'm not sure.
scanning.
But like there could be like a Lotus Orb or something like that that actually helps the team. But we'll see. Maybe he'll be able to cause some damage late game, some E-Blade combinations or something like that. It's just hard to imagine Mirana having the same impact as a
Radiant's
Lion.
middle tower is
Oh,
under
Mirana.
attack.
No coil. Just TP out. No, in fact, you're
Radiant's
not dead.
middle tower has fallen.
You gotta use that voice line accordingly. Can't say you can't say I'm dead when you're not dead, brother. That's kind of a pet peeve when people don't use voice lines at the perfect timing, or when they're just there's some really good times where you can dish out maybe like a hero voice line and it's like, and you're really putting salt in the wounds.
Yeah, it's gotta be like the gold sauce, you know?
The
But
cold,
when
the
you-
cold sauce.
Yeah, but when you say I'm dead when you're not dead, it's like, really?
Dire's bottom tower is
Death
under
is having a horrific game. His bottom, or second lowest actually, I should say, of the experience. And his net worth is not looking too good either.
Dire's
This game
bottom
also
tower has
went
fallen.
completely down the drain after an initial super strong start.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Now it's just
attack.
Medusa and Luna where the big goal difference is.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Feels like we're gonna get to the stage where we've got 2 raid bosses in this game, a Luna and a Medusa. How are we feeling late game? Is it going to be dependent on still the utility that the teams can provide for these raid bosses, or is it going to be the direct head-to-head matchup?
Dire's bottom tower
Very hard to
has
call
fallen.
who wins late game, to be honest. One side has AA, who nullifies all sort of life leech and heal from Abaddon as well as
Radiant's
Titanic.
top tower
And the other
is
side has
under
a
attack.
Lion, who of course is the best disabler in the game pretty much. Other than Shaman, potentially. But if you can get a good hex on Medusa, a timely hex, then potentially you can just win a team fight off that as well.
Then you now got to keep in mind about the Riki as well. BKB is going to be
Radiant's
picked
top
up
tower
shortly.
is under attack.
You brought up the combo with Dusa and Riki is just so formidable, with the fact that Dusa can never really catch the backline, and that's where Riki comes into
Radiant's
fruition,
top
where
tower has
XctN
fallen.
he's going to be hunting the line. He's going to be making it difficult for the Abaddon to get that shield off to dispel. Maybe if he can even stop the Pango utilizing these big ultimates. So you know, it's really, these team fights execution, it's going to come down to who's able to get the jump, and it feels like who has this vision advantage.
Yeah, it's gonna get a whole lot harder once Riki gets his BKB actually, because right now they can just stun him and kill him off, so he's playing in a very timid way. But once he has that BKB, he can just really activate it, jump into the backline, cause a whole lot of problems. Skadi flying out to Dusa as well. He doesn't really have a whole lot of damage, and he's going BKB next, which means all his item slots are full. I don't know if I like that too much.
Would you prefer like a damage item to be put into this slot?
I think a Daedalus would be really good. Like, he's very afraid of the Pango roll, which I agree is scary, but can you afford to go for more defensive items?
Execration need to get out of the area. They don't have everyone nearby. Looking for a play, but I feel like daytime's not really when you want to go as well. Like, utilize this extra nighttime vision that you have on the Luna. Like, it is a ridiculous amount. Plus 1,000.
Yeah, puts it at the same value as like Night Stalker and Slark and these kind of heroes, so it's also a reason why the hero is very popular now. Like, night vision is so important in Dota. Why doesn't Dusa have night vision? Aren't snakes nocturnal creatures?
Are they? I don't think so.
I don't know. They hunt at do they hunt during daytime or nighttime?
Bro, they're cold-blooded beasts. I don't give a... Get the snakes out of here. Reptilians. You hate...
Well, of course the Australian would say that.
Bro, the amount of crap we have down here is ridiculous. XctN? How's Raging Potato got vision? Oh, he's already dusted up previously. And he's in trouble here with the chain lockdown. Perfect use of that rolling thunder. Woo, Raging Potato.
Don't let it
He
get
was
to you.
1 gold off
You'll
BKB.
never let it.
Literally 1 gold. Oh no. And now it's 300 again. Well, that's what you get for not selling your branch. Look at his inventory. Right there. You see it?
Oh. Come on, man.
Don't make this mistake at home, kids.
Gotta sell all those items. Palace, this is big timing. Scotty completed.
I do think Dusa should be able to defend this though if he's very scared.
Yeah, put yourself in a position to do it though. Now with the tier 3 down, you can't deal with these glaives bouncing back and forth. Instantly the Aphotic Shield, Death tries to time it. They won't have this available to get out of the spear, so Palace has to commit for the BKB. They're gonna look to reset. A lot forced out here on the initial life that they're unable to get any catch on. So now back in they go. Once again, the glaives bouncing back and forth. Ricky's up in 10 seconds. Looks like Execration are happy with the damage they've dealt to the barracks.
I didn't posture in a more like offensive way on Dire. Yeah, very, very scared overall. Still 200 gold away from the BKB. I should be getting it very shortly, and then it's go time. They gotta stop the bleeding.
Dire
See
are
how they're
scanning.
able to do that. Some items picked up for them shortly here. I mean, XctN does have this BKB not completed. Deuce's got 3k gold in the bank. What's depth? He's still going for his BKB as well. So, yeah, maybe this triple BKB timing from Fnatic could stop a lot of the spell damage that Execration have, but they're not going to have this at a perfect timing here.
This is not gonna be getting his for quite a while. Medusa's gonna have hers soon though, just 200 gold away from that. Again, I feel like they might potentially have a lack of damage, or Roshan respawns in 10 seconds actually. Ooh, BKB's up for Dusa though. And he is the ping to the base to get it. Oh my god, Roshan respawns right now, they can't do it! Okay, they don't check it. So they actually have time.
Lanes are in a pretty decent spot. You see instantly the recognition though. Take that outpost, get a potential TP location for the buybacks. They need to try and protect their wards. Now with the core drop and Medusa's able to stand her ground, but the BKB committed as well. They're able to reset out of the arena. So a couple more ultimates once again wasted. Rage Potato sticking around. But without the lack of control from Fnatic, XctN's going to try and blink in a little bit too late though. Last second stun. And we're going to look to reset.
So hard to fight for them now. That Puck already has an Agams completed, just as all these BKB finished. So hard to fight now. Like,
Radiant's
whoever gets
bottom
coil just
tower
can't
is
do
under attack.
anything really.
Dire's
And the lower these
bottom tower
BKBs
is
get.
under attack.
Luna's got a DD in the bottle. 25 as well, so 30% life steal. Are they going to smoke here? Their ultimates have a much shorter cooldown than Fnatic's, and yes, they will. Smoke up. They're going to walk it down mid. See if they can bait this creep wave. Although Rage Potato, okay, well, he's just reveals his positioning.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
BKB up in 10 seconds. But they're actually just smoking down the mid lane. Oh, ooh.
Dire's
was
middle barracks are under attack.
Oh, they're just
All
going to hit.
planned.
They need
That
to come
was planned.
back.
Oh my god, the double damage Luna. Shredding, shredding, shredding.
Again.
Tower
Dire's
gone.
structures
Alright,
are
well,
force the cliff. You need to
almost
keep the
gone.
tier 3 up before the glaives. They're going to try and do so, but the Mars gets ripped apart. The crit. Oh, look, with the finger of death. Mars going to buy back. Looks to rejoin them as well, but now on the outskirts. How can they take this fight now from Fnatic? They're jumping straight on top of pallets with the BKB. Eclipse's pop. He's going to look to turn, but he doesn't have the lifesteal to stand his ground. Fnatic, a solid defense from them, but it costs them a lot of buybacks. They'll kill off the Pangolier as well. Can the puck get away? The lack of... No, Death gets him! Oh, what a timing on the speed! Again, Death is on point, catching out the puck.
Roshan is up. I'm pretty sure Fnatic know this. No buybacks on two of the most important heroes on the Radiant. This is exactly what we saw last time. You know, the Ricky, Medusa duo, they were struggling. Enemy tried to push high ground, they won a fight, got Roshan, and it was all Fnatic from that moment on. There's also a free shot for the Dusa if they get it. It's massive.
What a fight there. What do you feel like is... How did Execration have to take that fight? Is it just be closer to the Luna and make sure they don't heavily commit on top of her, or...?
Are scanning.
It's so hard to just go high ground like that. Like, sure you had the DD, but as soon as the glyph is popped, you gotta reset your positioning because you were like completely out of position. And then you used a one-man coil on a pot for Mirana.
Roshan has fallen
Like,
to the
you built that Agam Scepter to combat the BKBs, but then you called the Mirana, so there was a big mistake as well. And Luna just needs to be careful that she doesn't get AA ultied, because that AA ult is really ruining her game.
I guess it's now down to Execration if they can catch out the Ancient Apparition. I mean, when you go up a high ground like that, you know AA is going to be so far on the back line. So now it's up to you to take a fight where you're in a situation where you can catch the AA. Because you brought up before that, a late game, you've got one team that has a way to deal with Lifesteal and the other team that doesn't in the Ice Blast. So now you have this big advantage for the Medusa, who now even has more of an advantage because you just picked up Aegis, you just picked up Aghanim Shard too, so now you've got the double wombo combo, being able to turn everyone to stone, and you've got your damage starting to be built as well with the Daedalus almost completed.
Yeah, it's a big infusion in damage, and Luna did not opt to go for a butterfly. You gotta coil this Ricky. Like, if you don't coil Ricky, it's gonna cause way too many problems. We don't have a MKB either on the Luna, so the miss-hit chance of the Cloud is a big problem as well. And when Ricky hits 25 with that smokescreen AoE talent, it is actually so insanely big. It's 550 radius. It's literally the same radius as the Arena of Blood. Like, if you stack those together, it's gonna be so tough to fight into that.
See how they can
Ooh,
start off BDZ. Oh, that is not a position to be in. They're even just going to make sure they commit the arena, but now it shows the positioning of RR. They forced the Abaddon to try and protect the Lion. And now it's going to cost Abaddon his life as well. So Fnatic, again, late game execution at the moment. Really starting to shine here.
They gave Medusa at 25 as well. Third shot multi. Ooh. With the Daedalus. This level 25 Medusa talent is probably one of the strongest talents in the entire game. That split shot uses modified talents. So good. You slow everybody, you crit everybody. Oh, you get coiled, but they don't have damage to BKB.
Now, how are you going to be able to clean off the Ricky? Now, that's a lot of ultimates wasted. Raging Potato. Oh, no! No, the crystals! Oh, he gets out, but now the Rolling Thunder is about to expire. Death needs to lock on. He's able to do so with Yule's control. The crystal, there's another one. It's not going to work in their favor, though, but it doesn't matter. Now, Palace is on the high ground. Palace, what's your positioning? The BKB TP up, what's going on?
Are they crumbling, Execration? 3k Goldie is still sure, but that means nothing at this point. And your mana drainer Dusa, okay, very brave. And Dusa knocking on the high ground. Is Pango gonna buy back? He probably has to.
Death, BKB pop. Gonna try and
Very
make some space here for Raven. Here's the raid boss with the Aegis available, but the mana's completely gone here. They've soaked him dry. It's a little bit of back thanks to the cold-blooded. They'll deal with the first life. They need at least some way to protect him now afterwards. They don't have the arena. They'll rely on the smoke cloud, the force away. Coil still lock him in place here, but Deuce doesn't care. Can stand at ground and look to turn. Execration gotta be careful. But it looks like just
and full mana.
So silly. Ozfrog, please. Bob? Oh, man, Death's charging back in. Nice blink away. Disjoints off the dagger as well. Now on top of Palos with the BKB pop, the clips as well. Medusa still has the BKB, but the chain lockdown. Raven's able to use it. Now with the Stone Goes Execration, have to look to reset. Raging Potato's doing a great job to kite away the backline, but it looks like still Raven without the mana. Can they commit on towards the Medusa? He'll back up a decent amount, but he's trying to bring her down low. But the Cheese finally committed. Medusa backing fighting shape. As they can look to turn around, but Fnatic, they don't have the numbers now. They dealt with the backup support, the utilities all growing, and a Medusa can't win the man fight, as she doesn't have any buyback either.
And Ricky bought back for this as well, which honestly, they can probably just end the game right now. They have no buybacks. Game over. Bye-bye.
GG?
All it takes. Yeah.
One fight is
All
a
it takes
Luna.
is one fight. I mean, there's just nothing they can do at this point. The game is just absolutely over. They're probably just processing the loss, digesting the loss right now. They're not actually going for the GG.
Oh.
Okay.
They should
stay
tier 4s, yeah. I feel like they're going to go for them after. No one's cutting mid. Like a little Ricky or Mirana with these Aghanims, but not even trying to keep this one in a potential.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, this game is toast.
Okay. There it is.
GG.
Wow, what a really wonky game. Feel like the team were making a lot of mishaps in some of these team fights.
I mean, the early game honestly was really rough from for Fnatic. I still don't like the Meteor build on Ricky. I think it did pretty much nothing this game.
Yep.
Like, didn't help out with any problem they had. Dusa lost her lane. Sure, she got back into the game, but you're supposed to win that game. Pangoli isn't supposed to have such a good game. And Marsh just fell off the face of the earth pretty much. Like, he had a really good early game and suddenly he just disappeared. Also, what was that Aghanim for on the Mirana? A lot of question marks from Fnatic, but good job to Execration. They held it together and managed to take the game. I like the itemization a lot from Bob especially. Like, he finished his Aghanims as soon as 2 BKBs were finished. So that was like instantly countered.
Yeah, it was the beautiful timing there from Bob's puck, and even though he went 6-5 and 11, still just the recognition of that Aghanim's coil potential, how they were able to time it up. I mean, he's got a level 29 puck, so he plays the hero at an exceptional amount, but we were calling for it. Fnatic with the Raven Medusa, unfortunately, they just were unable to get to the stage where they could take this game. They definitely brought it back to a respectable position where they could turn this one around and potentially take the series 2-0, but in the end, Execration 1 fight is all you need with a Luna. They're going to be able to even up the series here, and we're going the distance for our first upper bracket round 1 series. We'll have game 3 coming up shortly between Execration and Fnatic.